Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. What the hell is the date? Wednesday the 26th of June. I wanted to quickly step through the new pitch deck for Steemhunt. I'm not quite sure when this dropped. I think in the last 24 hours, 48 hours. But it's over on Review Hunt. It's been moved, token.hunt.town, version 2 of it. And I want to step through it because I just did kind of a walkthrough of the pitch deck for Review Hunt the other day, and it seems to have kind of, I don't know if it's just inspired them to review it or to look at it, or if investors are asking a bunch of questions, but they've gone through it and redone it anyway. So I want to have a quick step through it and see if we see anything different that pops out to us. Getting kind of excited. Crypto's crazy today. Keep on having a look at the markets. Like, it could quite easily be like a 15k BTC by the end of this week, which is just nuts to me. I actually got some Ether for the first time, and there's lots happening on the Steem blockchain in terms of communities and tribes and all this stuff like spawning off, which is nuts. I have some reservations in my gut about everything, but I'm just going with it. It's just like, whatever, let's just all in, everybody all in. All right, first page, DApp Alliance that enables product makers to utilize the power of product enthusiasts. That's interesting new terminology, alliance. And I wonder if that's come from a business alliance, because I know that Steemhunt is part of that now. Tech early adopters crucial, but difficult to approach. Absolutely 1000%, but totally see that. Tech makers spend about 100 billion annually, but 95% of their product launches generally fail due to the lack of PMF, product market fit. Finally, developing its product market fit with the first 100,000 early adopters is highly important, but it's extremely difficult for makers to approach tech early adopters because the access points are scattered and cost ineffective. Absolutely 1000%. I'm not sure when we revisited all of this terminology, but that's exactly the problem with brand advocacy today. We have a small amount of people that are hard to get to, either because they go through a separate company, like a bigger marketing company, or it's just that their prices are crazy and you don't necessarily get the video on time. When I did some brand advocacy for Nokia back in the day, there was like 25 of us, hardcore 25 of us, doing video around the globe, and that all contributed to the social media strategy. So when that launched, like yesterday or a couple of days ago, when people were posting videos for Raspberry Pi, Raspberry Pi Foundation has a list of people that they send early release product to, and then they're under NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to say don't post it, you can schedule it for this date at this time. And then what happens is you get a massive impact. Like, most people have seen something about Raspberry Pi 4 through Twitter or via social networks or blogs, because it was a timed drop, if you like. It was almost like an airdrop for content, right? So it's like all of these people that you trust, all these reviewers that you like, all of a sudden my whole YouTube page is covered with Raspberry Pi 4 videos. And what I'm excited about right now is that we're starting to see some of that kind of functionality happening on things like SteamPeak. So you can say, like, this is happening in 2 or 3 days time. So it'd be great to all consolidate our efforts with media to be able to push everything at once on a particular area, like a launch for DTube, a launch for a certain token. I think that's an exciting element to come, and might be a splinter product for Steemhunt to think about. All right, so early adoption, and then the chasm of nothingness, 95% of it goes there, and then mass adoption. If you get those first 100 early adopters with massive reach, a bit like the Raspberry Pi 4 launch, then it'll just go crazy. People will just buy it. I'm seeing pictures on Instagram and Twitter of people receiving their Raspberry Pi the next day and being like, it's come, all excited, all caught up in the speculation of it all. Hunt is reinventing the tech influencer market by expanding the power of early adopters. I really like this. I don't know why, but it just, these arrows and this whole like 360 approach just really just hits me. I had a quick look at this yesterday and I was like, yes, this is so much better than version 1 of this pitch deck. So you have crowdfunding by NFT transactions, Steemhunt, Review Hunt, and then pay. I'm not sure about this Geek Capita, but I guess it works. Pegging Geek Capita to Hunt tokens. So you got the early adopters, which are the hunters, the dApps plus the third parties, and then the makers and the public traffic. Next up, daily ranking community for cool new products built on top of the Steem blockchain. 22,000 on-chain users from 150 countries. I think that's a really important point, actually, to show the level of brand advocacy diversity out there, because I don't know if anywhere else you can go on the web and be like, this is a centralized body of brand advocates that are from all over the country. I know a bunch of US ones, I know a bunch of UK ones, but I don't know any other country ones. So we've got an opportunity here with tokens and decentralization to really revolutionize brand advocacy. Next up, live since top 7 DApp among 2,432 global DApps. I think this is super important. People don't look at this enough. Is there's lots of listing portal sites for decentralized applications. You might be thinking, what are decentralized applications? Well, Facebook, for instance, Pinterest, Twitter, they're all kind of centralized locations. There's a big corporation, they have a bunch of servers and they deploy a bunch of staff. It's a centralized thing. One URL often, and you go to it, and that's where your content is. With decentralized versions of that, it can be spread out across numerous servers, numerous URLs, and you're just talking into a blockchain and pulling back relevant bits of information to populate your front end, if you will. So one of the great things about steemhunt is that it's been in the top 10 numerous times. This was of March the 5th, 2008, and obviously it moves up and down as new dApps come about. But the most important thing to note here is how many of these apps are running on the Steem blockchain. This is the hugest thing to look at on this graph. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of this like top 12 are different platforms. The others are Steem. So you can see the amount of users per day out of 2,000 odd apps is the Steem blockchain in terms of transactions. And yet we're in like 70th place on coin market cap. It's crazy. I can see a jump at some point where we're just going to literally jump back up, and people are going to be looking at this platform again and going, oh, actually it's still here and it's still going, and actually it has transactional value. Instead of just looking at the market cap, which is what most people are doing in crypto, they're either holding a bag or trying to flip some money. They're not looking at the utility. If you think of Steem as almost like a decentralized patent, once people start to see the utility of its multiple tokens, I think there's a lot more people who are going to come here and build communities out. Review campaign with fun quests that build early users and quality reviews. Cool products have a set of unique features in general that it can attract many users. I like this configuration, right? I like this layout on the right hand side. Very clean. That's how much the total bounty fund is. This is how many hunters are currently on quests. And I love that. I love that idea of quests, getting people engaged to go through numerous steps, not just one step. Click on it, do the task, use a fake account, make the money, and off you go. Like literally building out. And I can't wait to start doing videos about that, because there'll be companies that I can go and interview and say, you know, how did you do your bounty? How did you do your 6 steps? And what is the value of onboarding from that bounty that you put out? Did people stay around? Were they there for a few months, or did it disappear? So I'm kind of interested in that, because it's more information than a brand's had before anyway. They tend to pay a big brand advocate, they deliver the YouTube video, and they kind of hope for the best. If it gets like 5 million views and there's a link in the topic or in the comments to be able to go and buy the product that brand advocate's reviewing, you're taking a rough guess percentage that so many people are going to go and buy it. So it's all a bit of a gamble. So I feel like with the mathematical immutability of a blockchain, we can start to do more visualization of that data. Was this a success or not? You know, we can actually start having hack day weekends, hacking that steemhunt review hunt data and saying this worked, this didn't work, and then start focusing on how we can actually deliver really cost-effective brand advocacy using tokens to fund it. 94 companies with a monthly marketing budget of $661,000. That just blows my mind every time I see that figure. Two-sided platform between tech makers and early adopters. Makers, companies will use their marketing budget on the campaign, and hunters, early adopters, will receive hunt rewards for their quest. This could, I mean, look, forget what's going on in your country about, like, for instance, in the UK, Brexit and jobs and being replaced by robots by 2050. Forget about that. Imagine having a home studio with some decent lights, decent camera, decent microphone, being able to review things that you touch, feel, use, and then posting that and getting a bounty from a company on the other side of the world. Like this, it should be the new way that people who are unemployed get back into some kind of employment. either for themselves as their own kind of mini brand through these social channels, or by working directly with a multitude of different brands and product companies out there in the world. You could bring yourself in a nice little income by just creating video every single day. That to me is like a revolution in employment in the digital age. Next up, beta launch in July 2019. I'm super excited about a review on. I can't even tell you. Real token demand comes from companies' marketing budget by the fiat to crypto pay gate with our partner exchange. So in this instance, I see the partner exchange as Daybit. That's where they launched the IEO. It's where I use every single day to do things trading with hunt tokens. The hunt tokens that I acquired as being a moderator over the last year on the platform. I accrued quite a number of hunt tokens, which have been incredibly useful for me to like diversify my crypto portfolio, but also enable me to upgrade a bunch of stuff. It's fairly straightforward to look at. You have fiat on the left, either a maker or you're reviewing a campaign. You have crypto on the right hand side, bounties and hunter, and then in the middle, a company can come in, fund their bounty projects by buying hunt tokens from Daybit, right? So they pay in fiat. So they might have a $20,000 fund, budgeting fund. They buy a bunch of hunt tokens, and then when Review Hunt launches, they can start like funding those bounties. We have an app. We want 200 hunters. This is the review. We want to know about these topics. We want you to click on this. We want you to do this action. We want you to follow us on Facebook. Step through those actions, and then get paid the bounty at the end of it. And then you'll be reviewed, and then there'll be almost like a gamification process of seeing people on a leaderboard. And obviously people who are putting a lot of effort in at the top, a lot of the companies that are coming along to do marketing will see those people and then click on those people to hire those people and pay them a bounty. It's genius. It's genius. And we don't have that already in centralized land. We don't have a brand advocacy network that works like that. There is no strategic advertising partners that I've seen out there that have anything like that public on the web. Maybe behind firewalls and like secret access, but I don't know anywhere that does that. Kind of what happens when you get headhunted for a brand is a digital agency will be approached by a brand with gobs of money, and they'll be like, we need to get our brand out into the marketplace. We need to do it organically, authentically. We don't want to buy just advertising. They do that obviously, Facebook and Google, but also they want to find people who are doing good stuff, good work, have a lot of followers, creating a lot of content, and then through the brand advocate, through the agency goes out and headhunts those people and like, hey, do you want to work for us? Here's the stipend, here's the money that you will get per month to produce X amount of content for us. I don't see that as a turnkey solution anywhere on the web, and what we're bringing here is that, but also with crypto payments and tokenization bolted onto it. So that's really freaking exciting to me. Real token demand comes from companies marketing. Yeah, we've done all that. All right, so their business model, and this looks like it's been updated to make a real point of this, because maybe a few people have been worried about the price. For instance, the IEO dropped from like 0.0020 to 10. And so maybe people who've invested a lot of money, like, you know, what's going on, like what refreshes on the business model. So it makes sense to update the pitch deck with that. Platform usage 8%, accounting conversion fee 12%, marketing profit taking plus I don't understand that last one, to be honest. But anybody investing outside, investing into this, can see what the business model is at the turn of a page on here. I don't understand that last one, if I'm honest. If somebody wants to explain that to me in the comments, that would be awesome. Next up, crowdfunding that utilizes NFT, so non-fundable tokens. This is for Idea Hunt, which is going to launch as an alpha at the end of the year. And this to me is just as important as Review Hunt. And I feel like steemhunt might drop off a little bit, but I think it will end up with a lot higher quality of content. And I can imagine that special stuff that has been done through Review Hunt and Idea Hunt will have its own badge on steemhunt for it to really stand out or be at the top of the page, and that whole look completely changed by the time that these two are finished. So crowdfunding is performed by issuing NFTs from makers. Each NFT token has a different set date for the product delivery and or different editions. I didn't know that about different editions. That's a power move, right? I hadn't thought about anything apart from just the one product. but having like 1,000 of one product and then having 200 special edition, that's a move. I like that. NFT tokens can be traded by product lovers who want to get better conditioned NFT of the product. So this for me is like an end-to-end thing. I keep on banging on about it in all of these videos, but I feel like brand advocacy end-to-end is going to be catered for by steemhunt. There's nobody else doing this on the marketplace that I've seen. If there is, please leave it in the comments. So use cases. Use case on steemhunt: hunters earn hunt tokens by sharing, upvoting cool new products in the steemhunt community. They're not always new and they're not always cool, but that's just, you know, people from different countries, different exposure to products and technology. Quality and qualitative is very variable across the board. It's probably why a lot of people haven't taken part in steemhunt, because they're not seeing things that they see as qualitative. Hunters share cool products and compete, earn hunt tokens. There's a leaderboard. The exposure, traction goes to makers. The second case, makers buy hunt tokens to run review campaigns for hunters. Now, review hunt is the most exciting thing for me, because if we do get to bag some real high level companies, like I really want to go to Vegas in January for the big event. I can't remember what it's called now, but they do a big technology event there. And being able to go around and speak to a bunch of those people who are bringing out like battery packs and chargers and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be a big deal. I can hear like lawnmowers and stuff in fields next to me, so I'm going to quickly go through this. Seed funding IO reached hard cap 2018, 2019. 2019 second hard cap, is that? I don't know. Launch a review hunt, idea hunt, pre-series funding. I don't know about that either, so I need to ask a few questions about the pre-series funding. DApps Alliance for early adopters. The DApp Alliance. New stuff to me. New stuff. This is the main squad, and it's great to see them actually in here. It's great to see that we've got Sung Woo Park is our brand new developer, front end developer. 5 years of full stack dev, 3 years at startup founder, John Hopkins University, C Science. This guy is super fast. In fact, I know that Tabris is having a hard time keeping up with Sung Woo on the front end, and then in the middle we have Product 7, and together this powerhouse team, unbelievably, of like 3 people who are doing all of this development stuff, are pulling together some incredible products. And it's great to see also our moderators and our curators and the community team, and it just feels like this last year of really putting my attention and focus on a decentralized app as a moderator, as a proper team member, has really paid off. And we're just getting started. That's the best thing about it. We are literally just getting started. All right, that's it for me. I just wanted to quickly go over it. There's a few bits in there I'm afraid I don't know. I'm not a business person. I don't run a business, but I am an advocate of recording and making videos for brands. I've done that probably for the last 10 years on and off. And this is the future of brand advocacy, for certain. All right, that's it for me.
Drifting slowly into an empty space.